My name is Elizabeth McLean, and welcome to the introductory video for St. Matthew's Virtual Sunday School Classes Fall 2020. Here we are. What this video is for is to introduce you to the people who are going to be teaching this class, and also to take a look at some of the materials and activities that we'll be doing for the next few weeks. So to start with, just to get to know me a little bit better, my name is Elizabeth and my husband's name is Ken, and we've been members at St. Matthew's for a little more than 5 years now. We've been in the choir that whole time, and we also have 2 kids. Matthias is 8 and just started 3rd grade, and Mariana is 6 and just started 1st grade. And a lot of your kiddos may know them. Ken and I teach generally what's the kindergarten through 2nd grade class, and they're in there with us. And then I have a brother, Philip Nicolaus, and he's married to Sarah Nicolaus. And many of you probably know Sarah and their 3 kids, Zeke, Lydia, and Naomi, because Sarah teaches the preschool and younger ages along with Hannah Andrews. So Hannah is going to be teaching a 1-room classroom at St. Matthew's in person, and then myself and Sarah and maybe a few others are going to be rotating this virtual 1-room classroom. So this video will be recorded once a week and will be for everyone preschool up through 5th grade. So we're going to teach probably medium of the road, so the stories will be told in a very kind of plain way, just like this, like we're talking, so that everybody can relate. But let me introduce you to the materials, and that's what we'll use to keep it interesting, again, whether you're in preschool or all the way up to 5th grade. So to start on the younger end of the spectrum, you're going to be seeing things each week that are very easy to digest, like this. So as we're talking, you'll kind of see some things like this in the background that we'll be referencing, so that the little kids can point to things, and maybe big brothers and big sisters or cousins, whoever you're with, can help them find those interesting pictures on the screen. And I would say that would generally be for your preschool and younger. Then for kindergarten through 2nd or 3rd grade, we have the early childhood leader guide, or early childhood stage. And this is going to be very familiar, what a lot of us grew up with and what you're used to seeing. A very colorful leaflet with, again, easily readable lessons, and then some questions and answers and participating type lessons in there. And then for you older guys, we'll have elementary level, and that'll be more of a yellow leaflet, and written for in a more mature way, but still interactive and easily digestible. The format that we'll be taking each week is going to feel really familiar to those of you who have sat through any of Pastor Andrew's summer classes or the milestone classes. He talks a lot about how when he's at home, he teaches from the catechism, and since that's where we're all at home now. A lot of us, I'm sure, have been using the catechism. We really want to keep that familiar and approachable. So one of the things that you'll see each week is the 10 Commandments, the Apostles' Creed, and the Lord's Prayer. So if you have a catechism, you'll see it in there. 2 of the other books that I'll be using, just because I was more of a visual learner when I was a kid, are these books by Jody Walker that are in the church's library. One is the 10 Commandments, and then the other is the Apostles' Creed. And there's just some pictures in there that, again, as we're saying the words, there's some visuals, so that for some kids who are more visual, may help them remember as we go along week by week. So for each of you, we have available a box of materials that we're either happy to come drop off, and we can just leave it on your porch to remain socially distanced, or stand back, or you can contact the church office and pick it up there. In the box, we have a few things to accompany the materials. The first is that each week we'll be sending out an email for those of you who don't have materials, but it will have in it an order of worship, and it's really just the lesson outline. And then along with that lesson from Concordia Publishing House, this is the Enduring Faith series, but there's some printouts. So especially for younger kids, as we're talking through the lesson, or even as you're doing the virtual church service each week, this is a coloring sheet or activity sheet that they can do while we're going along, just to keep them entertained but still present. There's also some fun little things in there like Play-Doh. There's crayons to go along with the sheet. And we would encourage you to keep that in the box so that each week when we get to Sunday morning or Wednesday night or whenever you choose to do this, it just feels a little special. It's something that's reserved for that time. So we'll have the lesson each week, and then stapled to it, there will be an activity. Sometimes it'll look like this. Sometimes it'll look, there's all different kinds of fun things. But something to do that's an art project. And we tried to put a little bit extra in there, a little bit more than what you would typically do in Sunday school each week, so that you can spread it out throughout the week, or, fill up that time a little bit more each Sunday morning, so you can have a conversation and a special time that's set aside with your child to spend time, talking about Jesus. And then the last thing that's in the box that we liked to do in the class each week is a prayer box. So what we put in the prayer box each week, first of all, there's some stickers that come along with it that the kid can decorate it and have fun with that. But then we typically took the verse of the week and put it in the box with a little memento. We don't have the memento because it was a little too much to get it all in the box. But what they could do is either cut it directly out of the worship service and put it in the box, or if they want to write it on a different colored paper, or even make a little memento each week to put in there. By the time we get to the end of each semester, they'll have a box of God's Word directly from the Bible, and then a memory to go along with it, so that at different points in their life, or even different points throughout the next few months, they can take that out and remember and pray on it. I think that's it for the introduction. So the video right after this will be our first week's lesson. It will be myself and Ken, so that you can hear kind of the leader and response and follow along. And there will be a few pieces of information that we ask for in that video that you should feel free to send along. Your child's name and preferred name, birthday, baptism birthday, their grade and age, and then a good email address to reach you at. And that way we can just, all feel a little bit closer together. We can celebrate those birthdays and baptism birthdays on this video each week, and feel a little bit closer together while we're all virtually apart. So thank you again for taking the time, and it's so important to continue in God's lessons and God's Word together, even though we can't physically be together. You're in our prayers, and we look forward to spending this time with you. God's blessings.